Is this people?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no start screen. No start screen. We're just going right into it.
Yes, yes.
Because we're late.
We're a little late. We just finished the episode.
Man, was that a good episode.
Oh, what a way.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Sorry we ran a few minutes late. Woo! Woo! Oh, man. What a way to start what a way to start a show.
I know.
What a way to start the season.
Literally just finished it. Started a little late.
Yeah, we couldn't start it right at 9 when it premiered. So sorry we were a little late. Yeah, what a pilot. Damn.
Oh, Tom, was it BTV or Nova TV where it was released early?
Oh.
Because, yeah, I guess something... He got to watch it, like, this morning.
Oh. Lucky you.
I know. I mean, we wouldn't... Okay. We wouldn't have been able to, but that's good to remember for later episodes.
Whoa, man, this was everything I was hoping it was gonna be.
It really... So...
Oh, man.
I don't know how everyone else felt, but I really... When I first saw the trailer, I thought, okay, you're going to have another, Targaryen. You're focusing on a female Targaryen. I felt like this was almost like a desperate ploy to be like, no, we can do better. Forgive us for Daenerys. We'll redeem ourselves, please. And I was kind of worried. I mean, it could still be that. But it doesn't seem like that.
If it follows the book, it will not be that.
Yeah.
It will not at all be
I
that.
know.
If it follows the book, no. No, it will not do that.
I don't think I made it to this part in Fire and Blood. Because I think it was Jaehaerys, or maybe I just started reading about...
Viserys' rule?
Yeah. But I intentionally haven't gone back to reread it because this is going to be a new experience for me.
So this is going to be interesting because you're going to watch it not knowing what's going to happen, and I'm watching it knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm one of those people where I will suggest watching a show or movie before reading the book because the book is always going to be better.
Yeah, that's true. The girl that's playing Rhaenyra, so good.
We didn't really see much of her,
but
though.
when she was in it, she was awesome.
We did.
I liked her.
She was.
And can I just say, oh my gosh, I already have my favorite character on the show.
I already know who it is. Daemon? Either that or Otto Hightower.
Oh, it's a tie between both of them, to be honest.
Otto Hightower reminded me so much of, like, Tywin. He has that very stoic,
he's got some Papa
matter-of-fact demeanor.
He's got some Papa Lannister vibes, to be sure. Matt Smith has got to get warmed up. Matt Smith, I don't think, had much to do other than be... You had to get to know who Daemon Targaryen was within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot for him to do. The old black... Yeah. Corlys Velaryon.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
He was.
He was really, really good.
Speaking of getting warmed up, I think... So I really liked it, and I don't have many, like, complaints about this episode. One of the complaints I have, I wish they gave us, like, an episode where we got that mother-daughter bonding. I feel like we didn't get that enough for me to really care so much about the death.
fact that she died.
Yeah. And I don't think it would have taken away too much to have an episode where they, like...
You could just see them as a family.
Yeah. Because we got that little glimpse, that one scene, and, there was, like, some tension, but they still kind of understood each other. And it seemed like it was going to be a really interesting dynamic.
Right.
Just have the baby be born like one episode later. Just give us an episode.
Right. I agree, Tom. I really enjoyed the fact that not only did Viserys get cut by the throne, but there is an attempt made to make the throne look more like what it's supposed to look like in the books.
Yeah.
It's not what I picture in my head.
Or what's depicted in the illustrated versions
Right.
of any of the books.
But it was closer than what we got in the show. I loved all of the melted swords going like up the stairs
Yeah.
and then all the spikes.
I will say I've never really had a problem with the throne how it is in the show. I think
No.
it looks cool, but it definitely would have been cool to see them just go all out and make it look like it's supposed to. It's supposed to be this big, gigantic mound of swords.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the book it describes Tyrion like he's looking down on everyone, right? It's supposed to be like this
Huge, almost
Yeah.
mountain of
There's
metal.
supposed to be like 10 steps leading up to this throne
Yeah.
of just metal.
Yeah. And yeah, she smells like dragons. That was a nice touch.
Yeah.
The high towers, I think they're setting them up very well for the role that they're going to play in the story. They're setting up Rhaenys Targaryen, or rather Valerion. They're setting her up pretty well. We also met Kristen Cole in this episode, which if you've read Fire and Blood, you kind of know what he's going to be up to. And the whole joust was like big time foreshadowing. The joust itself was awesome.
It was. You know, I'm just gonna take this moment to do a little tangent here. The set design and the
Yeah.
costumes are just absolutely amazingly well done.
Yeah.
Like Damon's armor.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks so awesome.
I love the rubies in his dragon's eyes on his helm. So cool. I loved how colorful everything was. Like all the shields and the banners and everything was just so brightly colored, and there was plumage on the helmets and things like real medieval stuff would be. Like the shit's supposed to be colorful.
Yeah.
And in Game of Thrones, everything was just gray and brown and black. Everyone wore boiled leather. But everything's just like bright and colorful. It was awesome.
Yeah. And now we know Viserys is the one who did the set design for all the castles in the intro of Game of Thrones.
Yes. Yes.
You just had this gigantic carving of King's Landing.
Yes.
I just couldn't help but think, like, oh, there it is. You
They-
must have one in the back of Winterfell and the Vale and everywhere
Right.
else.
Oh, that was great. He just worked on the intro for the show for decades.
Yep.
Just carving every little piece. Yes, so it's 270 years before the Mad King.
Yep.
So quite a ways back.
Right. And we see, I think they changed King's Landing up enough because we still have the dragon pit.
The
And
fully
fully
constructed functional dragon pit. Yes.
Speaking of dragons, I lost it when the dragon set the pyre alight, because it just sounded like it burped before the fire came out. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but it just like burps and then fire just comes out.
I thought the two dragons that we've seen so far looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Caraxes looks awesome. He looks badass and scary, and he's very cylindrical snake-like,
Yeah.
almost, in comparison to, like, Drogon, Rhaegal.
Yeah, no character crossings.
Yes, no character crossings. We will not see any characters that were in Game of Thrones in this show.
Maybe the three-eyed raven.
No.
We did get to talk about the coming of winter.
Yeah.
A Targaryen must be on the throne.
A Stark must always be in Winterfell. Like, that's what it felt like. I wasn't feeling the whole winter is coming conversation. I do not remember that occurring in Fire and Blood at all, whatsoever. And I'm also pretty sure that
the thing I didn't like about it was that they're talking about the Song of Ice and Fire, and how, who was it? What king, like, first coined it? Did they say?
They're saying that Aegon the Conqueror
Mm.
had a dream he called the Song of Ice and Fire. And that was why he came to Westeros.
And yet, Tyrion came up with the name A Song of Ice and Fire when he finished the book at the end of Game of Thrones. But he was super into, like, dragons and Targaryen history, so maybe he pulled that from there? I guess we have no facts either way.
I do not remember this being a part of Fire and Blood at all.
I will... Okay. You've read it more recently.
I remember the Starks coming and going throughout the story and being in general a pain in the Targaryens' asses about things.
It was cool to see Rickon Stark.
Yeah.
We did get some Stark action.
It was nice to see a Stark.
I think...
And a Baratheon. Come on.
I do want to go through again and just kind of look around. You know, I was paying attention to the plot in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure if we go back through and we kind of look around, we're going to see a lot of people or houses that we didn't before. And
We
like,
did
oh,
see...
We saw the Baratheon.
Yep. There was a dude standing there. He had a Lannister cloak on.
Oh,
The
yeah,
tourney,
yep.
there was a Lannister cloak. The Hightowers.
The
Then,
Dornish guy who beat the crap out of Daemon.
yep, the Dornish
Maced
guy.
him.
And Corlys Valerion had his house sigil on his chest, on his outfit. They put that in there. His seahorse sigil. That's the sigil of his house.
Yep.
And then, I'm trying to think of who the Archer sigil is, and I can't think of who it was.
Can't remember. We can always pull out World of Ice and Fire and check that.
That's true. Yeah, Old Town. That's the Hightowers. The Hightowers are the lords of Old Town.
The Queen's Magistar who fixes the mountain.
He's on council.
He is?
The Queen's Magistar what? The Queen's Magistar who fixes... I don't know what
Maybe he meant to say Maester? No, I think it was a Magister. Because he does the shit on the mountain to turn him into a zombie.
Who? What?
We're talking Game of Thrones, I think.
Okay. Oh. Qyburn. Okay. I thought, okay. Idiot. I thought you meant like an actual mountain for a second. I didn't know you were talking about the mountain. Okay. Oh my god. No, Qyburn. No, it's not Qyburn. No way. Qyburn's not that old.
No. Maybe he is. Maybe he used some magic on himself to extend his life.
I mean, I guess we can't make assumptions as far as that
There
is
we go.
concerned.
Maybe some conspiracy theories. Qyburn is actually like 500 years old. He came over with Aegon the Conqueror. Boom.
It's not the same. It's not the same guy. I don't think. I don't think it's the same actor. I don't think so.
I'd have to go back and check.
I'd
I
have to
don't
go back
think
and
so,
check, but I don't think it's the same guy.
Seems like...
They look alike, but it's not the same guy. I bet money on it.
But I think they did a great job setting up the plot. I mean, Damon obviously seems like a very awful person. Maybe not awful person, but he has unique ways of dealing with stuff that usually involve violence.
He's
a lot of violence.
He's a bit bloodthirsty.
Yeah. He rules with an iron fist.
He lives the family motto: fire and blood.
Heavy on the blood.
Although I think it's very interesting that he tells Viserys, like, hey, I'm the only person that knows what's up. Otto Hightower is a scumbag, and everyone else is just using you. FYI.
Do you think that's true?
I know whether or not it's true.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Do you want me to talk about it?
No, we shouldn't.
Okay,
some people
spoilers, alright. But I can tell you straight up, out of all the characters, there is one who is like the biggest supreme douchebag in this whole story. And he is a douchebag.
Is it... Hold on, I'm just gonna... forget his name. The other guy on the council. Not the black guy, not Otto, not Damon, but that other one that kind of looked like the Beard Hunter from Doom Patrol.
What, is he the douchebag?
Yeah.
No.
No? Oh.
The Beard Hunter.
He gave off douchebag vibes. And I felt
No,
it.
he's not the supreme douche nozzle of this story. Not even close. Is Emilia Clarke, who played Dany, playing the girl in this one?
No.
No, Emilia Clarke's not in this show. Yeah, Emilia Clarke's not in this.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe they'll do like a little guest star or something. She'll just be some person in the crowd. You know?
Do a cameo.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great if Jon Snow was in the background somewhere.
Or maybe they'll have
because.
like, maybe she'll have like a dream of the future.
You know what would be funny? If they stuck Bran in there somewhere.
Just a three-eyed raven. There we go.
Just stick Bran in his wheelchair, like in a corner off to the side, like randomly.
She walks down to the weirwood, which I thought the weirwood was really well done. The set design was amazing.
Yeah,
I had some issues with some of the CGI here and there, but what was done for like the set design, I was just Game of Thrones is back on point with that. I don't think they ever left. The set design has always been amazing with the show.
That's fair. I think
the
that's
CGI
fair.
slipped in the later seasons of the show Game of Thrones, and kind of seeing like little hiccups here and there. But
I think maybe as the show hits its stride, it'll be a little better.
Yeah,
the gardens were beautiful.
they were.
I loved that big fat weirwood tree. Like, I loved that big weirwood tree. Because there aren't any weirwoods in King's Landing, I don't think. Not
Yeah, there
anymore.
is.
Is there?
Yeah, they have the
Oh, they have
Godswood.
the Godswood, yeah.
Mhm.
That's where Sansa goes.
Yeah.
Duh. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Oh, and speaking of, Harrenhal looked awesome.
It did.
I wanted to be in Harrenhal for more than 5 minutes.
I'm sure
awesome.
we'll be back at some point.
It looked awesome. It was super creepy and melty looking. It was great. It looked awesome.
So, we've kind of went on about how good everything looks, but I'm gonna throw it out there. I kind of figured out the plot at this point.
Well, okay, what do you think the plot is going to be?
Well, obviously Damon is pissed, so he's gonna go back to the Vale.
With his wife that is not as pretty as the sheep's.
Exactly. I mean, at least there's a lot of sheep there.
I guess so.
Well, mountain goats. I don't know.
Yeah, probably those mountain goats that walk on those little tiny precipices.
And he's gonna wait until Viserys dies, and then when I want to keep saying
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra, thank you. Rhaenyra takes the throne. He's going to be like, actually, no, I'm the rightful king. And then we have the clash. And then it's all-out war. And obviously the High Towers are going to be on her side. Otto hates Daemon. And she's also dating his daughter. So, who knows if they'll be, like, okay with that. But hey, if she's the queen, who cares? What?
I don't know if I should tell you if you're close, if you're way off the mark.
Oh, maybe actually it would be even better if the High Towers go with Daemon, and then, you know, their relationship is strained. Her and whatever her girlfriend's name is. High Tower daughter. That he sends to the king's chambers at night to entertain him with a book, thank God. It's really weird, that scene. That threw me off.
You don't
It's
know
kind of
why?
out of
You don't
nowhere.
think you know why he did that?
So that she could marry him, like, give him a son or something.
That is Alicent. Yes, that is Alicent Hightower.
Okay. I
That's-
was gonna
that's
say
who
Allison.
she is.
I
Yep.
kind of knew. Yeah.
Alicent. Alicent Hightower. I don't know if I want to tell you whether you're close with those predictions or off with those predictions.
You can tell me if I'm warm or cold.
You not even close. There's elements there, but for the most part, yeah, nah.
No. Oh, Damon kicked his ass, yeah.
Daemon kicked pretty
That's-
much everyone's ass except that one dude.
Damon did kind of cheat on that one, though.
That was a pretty low
Yeah.
blow, right? I'm gonna trip your
Literally.
horse. I'm just glad
I'm
that the
surprised
horse
that
was
that's,
okay.
like, allowed. Like, are there any rules?
I don't know if there's rules.
Right? It seems like it's just a free-for-all. Because next, like, they just start fighting and bashing in each other's faces, and everyone's just like, oh, sweet.
Bread and circuses for the people. I mean, that happened in Game of Thrones with the Mountain when Loras beat him. Like, the Mountain got off his horse and was getting ready
Yeah,
to...
but they stopped him, and it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. This is not how we do things here.
Maybe
this is the time where they were just like, we can't let this happen again, guys.
Yeah,
we gotta figure this out.
I mean, that
Yeah.
one dude
There were
did-
kids.
got an axe to the face, and then that dude just, like, dragged the axe through his face, and everyone saw that.
Yeah.
The kid, like, vomiting. The squire, like, vomiting. Yeah, but what I'm saying is the Mountain, like, killed his own horse. The Mountain was, like, throwing a big hissy fit. He would have gone after Loras.
Yeah.
He would have. Because the Mountain has no respect for anyone.
No.
Or boundaries. Or any kind of rule of law or civility. Whatsoever.
I wonder if we'll get to see, like, House Clegane, the Mountain's great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather or something.
Oh, will there be hounds somewhere in this story?
Yeah.
There's,
Like,
like,
there's
little
gonna be,
detail
like, a-
things I don't remember from the book.
He's just gonna be some random dude in the army. You're just gonna see everyone's heads and then just one person, like, 2.5
Super tall.
feet taller. Who's that? Oh, that's Clegane.
What's got you confused, Tom? Please share. Where the hell are they? They're in King's Landing.
Yeah, they're in King's Landing.
Or where? Or what do you mean? Where are they in at the joust? Yeah, they're at King's Landing. just looks a lot nicer.
I was gonna say, a little bit smaller too. Which
Like
I'm glad they actually like redesigned it and didn't just stick on like, you know, B-roll from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they redesigned what everything looked like. Yeah, and King's Landing does look smaller. I appreciated that because it's got another like 200-300 years to
grow.
Yeah.
Harrenhal and Dragonstone. Well, we saw Harrenhal.
Yeah, we did. We saw Harrenhal at the very beginning, but they've been at King's Landing the rest of the episode. Like they've been at King's Landing.
We'll definitely see Dragonstone because that's like a Targaryen holdfast.
We'll definitely see Dragonstone multiple times. We'll see Dragonstone.
I mean, that's where the dragons go to like lay their eggs, isn't it?
Well, it's also where you maybe go hide out and set up your headquarters when you're rebelling against the throne.
Yeah, I know that happened a few times in Fire and Blood. So
it's gonna happen.
That's
It's gonna happen again. They do talk about King's Land. They mention it.
Yeah, they do. I don't think they said it by name. I think they said the Red Keep, and I think they also mentioned Flea Bottom.
I thought they said...
I don't think they ever strictly said King's Landing, but both of those places are in King's Landing.
I know Daemon said... Because they were talking about the Gold Cloaks being too violent, and Daemon said something about how all the brothers of all these lords are descending upon King's Landing, and it's a shithole. Like, I think he calls it King's Landing by its name. But yes, either way... The Red Keep, and the Dragon Pit, and Flea Bottom are all in King's Landing. I also want to throw it out here that I liked the little mentions of Visenya and Dark Sister. Very nice. Yeah. Very nice.
That's what I mean. I have a feeling, being the first time going through and watching this, there's probably a lot of little nods to past Targaryens and a lot of different houses that we're probably missing a little bit. So I think the episode's definitely worth watching again.
Probably. Especially since it's been a while since I read Fire and Blood. I remember, like, big key points. I also am just saying, I swear to God there was nothing about a prophecy about some danger coming from the north, and a Targaryen must always be on the Iron Throne to sing the song of ice and fire. Also, I'm pretty sure that dagger that like he was holding when he was talking in that scene was the dagger from Game of Thrones that was used to like try to
Arya
kill.
uses?
Yeah, I think it's the same one.
Maybe.
I think it's the same one.
I mean, that's kind of cool, though. That has no connection, so, I mean, who cares? Just throw it in there as a little nod to the fans. That's fine.
Well, yeah, I guess. I just hated that Arya killed the Night King in the show. So it just was like, oh,
well, according to this show, it needs to be a Targaryen to kill the Night King.
So Arya really was a secret Targaryen the whole time.
Yes.
There we go. We're gonna find that out in A Dream of Spring. Everyone's a secret Targaryen, even Arya.
It's like Genghis Khan. Targaryens literally fucked everyone. You all have a little Targaryen in you.
Just like you all have a little bit of Genghis Khan. Yeah, it's definitely the same dagger. It's gotta be. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's the thing. It was a Valyrian steel dagger, right?
Yep.
So, Valyrian steel, after the fall of Valyria, there was literally no one who knew how to create it and use the magic to make
Forge
Valyrian steel. Yeah.
Yep.
You still have people who can, like, work with it.
Right,
Because
like
we saw on the show.
Like when Tywin has has ice remade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember, I can't remember what book it's in, but one of the books says there's only like 200 Valyrian steel weapons left in the known world.
All right, Maddie, check it out. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, definitely. It is well worth the watch.
Yeah, there's only so many Valyrian weapons, and we know like everyone knows like what their names are and whatever else, but some of them are lost. And that's not, like Bright Roar.
Yeah.
We know Bright Roar exists. We just don't know where it is.
That's what I mean. So there's only so many Valyrian steel weapons that you can put in. So the fact that they also have the dagger isn't like a huge coincidence.
That's true. Fair enough. I'd like to find out what happened to Bright Roar. I'd like to see it come back.
And isn't that the dagger that Littlefinger gives to the assassin?
Yeah.
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 So I mean, it makes sense that it's been moving around King's Landing, or at least the higher ups.
Passed around.
Yeah.
Which really makes you wonder, like, what did Euron do to get that full set of Valyrian armor? I want to know how the fuck he did that.
Don't want to know. Where's that show?
The Euron Greyjoy
Yeah.
show? That's a show I would watch. I'd probably be horrified, but that's a show I would watch. The Euron Greyjoy story. All his years of pirating, and there would be so much blood and torture and death and awfulness.
Yeah.
And a lot of drugs, probably.
That can be his new house's like sigil. Greyjoy, torture and blood.
It's kind of like having a mithril shirt, Valyrian armor, like. Yeah, I don't even know.
I mean, it can basically cut through anything and hold its edge for forever, so I can only imagine that it's pretty good at defending.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is the first episode, so we definitely got an idea of where the story's going. People aren't happy with who's on the throne. And there's definitely going to be some people fighting for the throne. I mean, they've had 50 years of peace. All right.
Yeah, Jaehaerys was a good king.
And
things prospered. It's about time for some chaos and destruction.
Not to mention, then you had the queen. Not the queen. I still learning all the Targaryens' names because most people are named the same thing, like 5 times.
Yeah.
The black guy's wife says none of them have experienced war.
Yeah.
Kind of like old Nan says that they're all children of summer. They've never.
Catelyn says it all the time too. She says it to Renly. These are knights of summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just
that
gonna
lady's
be...
name is Rhaenys.
Targaryens need to get some originality.
So you got Rhaenys and Rhaenyra, Viserys and Daemon.
I know them.
Daemon.
Why'd you say it like that?
Matt Damon. Team America, World Police.
Oh yeah,
that?
it's been so long. Either way, there's 5 names and they just rotate them. Feel like it's Hank Hill when he first meets Khan. You Chinese or Japanese? So is it Viserys or Daemon? Well, we were gonna do something original. So Viserys or Daemon?
But wait, there's also there will be an Aegon too.
There hasn't been 5 already. I think this was a good start. I came in not expecting a lot from this show because I really thought it was just them kind of
riding the money train.
Yes, and just trying to save face, really.
After the show ended and broke all of our hearts.
I thought it was just gonna kind of be like a half-assed attempt to make you forget the ending that was season 8.
I think this was a going back to what made Game of Thrones so good, with the political intrigue and the drama and setting up strong characters.
And when that starts to get boring, boobs.
There were a lot of boobs. There were more boobs than there needed to be.
I think that was like average for a Game of Thrones episode.
All right, fair enough. But that scene where Daemon is banging that girl,
that went on too long.
It was too
That was like straight up 20 to 30 seconds of just a close up of him humping. That was too much. We don't need that. Yeah. You know, you do like the pan over of the ladies and then you do the zoom in. That's it. Just stop there. We don't need the just shot of him. Yeah, just slapping.
It was like 20 seconds of just. I felt like I was a bystander, and I just felt like I was in a room that I didn't need to be in. Right? Watching that happen.
Felt like I had to check my watch. It's like.
You done yet? Like, I felt like, okay, I felt like I shouldn't be seeing it for that long. I don't care yet as much as these characters as I did from episode 1. Like, are you talking about Game of Thrones episode 1?
I don't really remember episode
1. I do.
I was...
Of Game of Thrones?
I kind of do, but I also read the book before. So it was different, because I wasn't, like, experiencing the characters for the first time.
You already knew the characters.
Yeah.
I had seen the show before I'd started reading the books. But I
know, because I was the one who, let you borrow the books.
Yep. But then I finished the books before the show. Hey, either way, I think the difference between...
Oh, that's right. It basically opens up with Eddard chopping a dude's head off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the intro. And then they find the wolves, and then Robert shows up. And
that maybe that's why, because like Game of Thrones started out with this, you know, it showed Eddard like this very fatherly bond with his children.
Yeah.
And teaching them.
Yep.
I think that's one of the reasons why I was kind of disappointed that Rhaenyra,
the princess.
Okay, I did get it right.
Yeah, Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra didn't have a chance to develop the bond with her mother. Well, we didn't get to develop that bond with her mother.
Right. I think because it's not as important as what's coming.
I mean, fair.
You don't necessarily need to know all of that.
No, that's why I said it's like, it wasn't like a necessity, but it would have been nice.
I think for story's sake, it was more important to establish the relationship between her and her father.
They didn't really do that either, though. Maybe more in episode 2, but I don't know. You got
the whole thing about how all he wanted was a son, and he just kind of ignores her.
Yeah, and then when all other options are exhausted, all right, I guess you're gonna okay.
Yeah, that's important. That is the relationship.
Oh, okay. I just want to make.
It's supposed.
It just seems like there's no real bond there.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, okay, so something fucked up's gonna happen between them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying it's like that for a reason. Like, it's gonna be, like... well, I think the idea of House of the Dragon is that you don't need a background to the world because you've already had Game of Thrones.
Or, want to know more? Go out and buy George R. R. Martin's book, Fire and Blood.
This story that
At Barnes & Noble now, for the low price of $35.99.
This story that they're writing, or that they're telling, this House of the Dragon story is, like, halfway through Fire and Blood.
Mm.
There's, like, tons of other shit that has happened with the Targaryens prior to the start of this story. I think they did a good job with the intro of saying King Jaehaerys, blah blah blah, and why he chose Viserys to be the king instead of Rhaenys. And it was a nice setup because you're setting up things with Viserys, Rhaenys, now Rhaenyra. It's all setting things up. It's mentions of things, but it's all very important. And if the show follows the book that way, like, all these little subtle things are just going to, like,
snowball,
compound on each other to create this shitstorm that will be unleashed later.
All right. I'm definitely liking the show.
The world building thing is hard. Like, what do you world build? Do you, like, do an intro where you say, in the beginning, Aegon and his sister wives conquered Westeros and set up the Targaryen dynasty?
Why not just start at the beginning?
I
could have just done a Witcher and just jump around the timelines.
Well, because, yeah, the people have an easy time following that, right?
They managed.
Well, we figured it out. But...
Well, the book makes it so much clearer.
Right.
So much easier to follow the book.
Each character was just there, no real reveal of them.
That's why I think this was more just to say, here's the character, stick around to find out more.
I think that's all it is. I think this whole episode was just to put every character in the place that they need to be so that you know where everybody is and who they are in relation to each other. And the next episode, it'll be go. And you get to learn more about all of them.
Fingers crossed on that.
Yeah.
But on that note, it is kind of late here. I did enjoy the show. But it's late. And I really don't have anything else to really talk about. I feel like we have to wait till the next episode, really.
Yeah, this was kind of very much just an introduction.
Like Dan said, I mean, there wasn't much to go off of. It was just, here's some characters. That's it.
And 2 dragons.
Yeah.
But we know there's 10.
Yes.
The dragon has 10 heads.
I don't think that's a thing.
Why? It can't be. The dragon could have 10 heads.
Yeah, pretty much. Just kind of threw you into the middle of the story.
Yeah. You're just setting the stage of, we're in the middle of the Targaryen dynasty. Here is what the fuck is happening right now with this particular king, who comes across as kind of whiny, kind of blah. Just kind of a blah dude.
Yeah. Alright. On that note, we'll hold off this discussion until next Sunday.
Yes.
Where we'll get another episode of House of the Dragon.
Yes, oh my god, I am kind of upset now that I have to wait till next week. Dang.
And we'll do another one of these live stream discussions, and hopefully we can get deeper into the plot. And I'm shocked at some of the things that happen.
I'm shocked I didn't spoil anything, because I just have things I want to say, but I won't say them.
I know, it's hard because...
It's very hard not to just say,
maybe after,
oh my god, I can't believe
week,
this person is going to do this thing. And
maybe next week you can start spoiling it. Just because I'm sure there's a lot of people who have read Fire and Blood that are just like, but I want to talk about it.
Right,
Honestly,
they want to talk about what Alison Hightower did this time, and and what she's gonna do next time, and yeah, or
and
whoever,
like you
whatever
said, there were a
character.
few things that you saw that didn't quite line up with the book.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll see. But all
So,
right,
yes, we'll see you next Sunday for another recap, another reaction to House of the Dragon.
hopefully we'll be on time then.
Dan's like, I gotta find